It is Saturday morning and this is Little Sister Chalks. I'm Luana. Welcome. Today we're going to do some Valentine's Day decor and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. So I would love your input. If you hop on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. And then as we kind of go along, please give me your input, even on replay, because I probably won't finish what I'm everything I'm thinking today. So I can pick up your comments and use your input for the next project. So let me show you what I have, and hopefully I'm going to watch comments as well. I can see them over here, and you can kind of help me decide. So I have a little plaque, a little wall plaque, and it's got a little bit different colors in there. I was going to darken it a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. And then I've also got a heart cutout. So what I'm thinking actually for the heart cutout is this piece of this new stencil called something Loved Beyond Measure, and that's actually the part that I would want to use, and I think I want to do that on this heart and probably watercolor the flowers. But this is so pretty, such a pretty stencil for Easter. I loved all the flowers. I think this will be stunning. I don't think this is what I'm going to work on today, but that's what I'm thinking on that. And on the plaque, Little Cupid was the start of this, and I gave my husband, he has a new toy, he has a laser cutter, and I gave him the SVG file and asked him to cut it out. Well, he wasn't sure on the size. So Little Cupid became Big Cupid. So I have a couple of different sizes of Cupids. I did 2 in gold. I think I'm going to use this size. And then 1 in pink, but it's very, very pink. So I don't really like this color, so I'm going to have to do something about that. But I think I might, what I'm thinking I might do, is use this stencil, and it's floral text pattern. It actually comes in a kit. That's really kind of hard to see. It is a beautiful peony floral. I think I might use that as the background of this and watercolor it, and then maybe stick a little Cupid on there. Again, I'm going to tone him down a little bit because he's quite bright. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't see anybody on yet, so no comments. Nobody helped me decide, but that's kind of where I'm going, I think. So I don't need Cupid. I'm going to move him out of the way. I'm going to tilt you down, and we're gonna kind of get started and what I'm thinking, and you guys can give me opinions as we go. So let me tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. And try not to disconnect the camera. I think that's okay. That light is really bright today. All right. Remove Cupids. Grab my fuzzing cloth. So what I'll do when I watercolor is I'll put the stencil down in a very light color. I think I'm going to use this Dune. Then I'll watercolor in the flowers and the stems, and then I'll come back over it with another color, and I'm thinking maybe gold, like the nominee gold. That's what I'm thinking. So let me know. Do you like that idea? All right, then we'll just, you know what I might want to do is I can always replace this. Take that off because it's kind of in the way of, I can't get the stencil completely flat. All right, I can always put it back in or replace it with a different piece of rope, cord, twine, something. It's early. I'm struggling. I actually slept until the alarm went off this morning. Doesn't usually happen. I'm usually up well before it. So I guess that was good. Except I did wake up in the middle of the night. All right, you can't see me. I'm struggling getting this. I think I might just cut it. The other side untied nicely. There we go. Maybe this end. I'm ruining it anyway. I don't know why I'm trying to save it. There we go. All right. Now let's try that again. So Let me place this where I would love to see this peony. I like the words too, but I guess we'll see some up here. So I'm just going to do everything in, and that's crooked. I'm going to do everything in the dune, and then, like I said, I'll watercolor and then come back over it with Nominee, which is the gold. And hopefully I can line it up exact. Well, wondering if I avoid the words for now. That might be really hard. We're just going to go with it. I'm going to do it all and then come back over and hope that I can line it up okay. Okay, so this is Dune, and you probably won't see it very well, especially on camera, because it's just a little darker than white. It has a little bit of green in there. It's a weird color, actually, but it's good for this purpose because it's light. And when you watercolor, you want something light underneath so that when you line up again, you don't really see any of that. Because if you're good, you line up perfectly and you don't see it. But I sometimes don't get it right, but I know this corner is my anchor, so it should be okay. Should be able to do that. And then I'll start in that corner. I don't know that I'll finish because the watercoloring takes a little bit of time. So I will finish off camera probably and then decide where Cupid's going. So then I don't have to watercolor under where he'll be. Save myself a little time because you won't see it anyway. So save the time and save the material. Alright, just scraping up extra paste here. And we can close that up. And peel. It's such a pretty, pretty pattern. I'll wash that when we're done. I'm going to hold it up so maybe you can see it a little bit. Oh, we have shadow. There we go. It's not easy to see, but it's beautiful. And my stencil fell. That's okay. Okay, let me dry a little bit, and we can do some watercoloring. Actually, the Dune looks very green on the white. Very interesting. This is beautiful too. I don't know. I may rethink the whole thing and not put Cupid on at all. Okay, actually I'm going to start down there in that corner. So that is really, really pretty. And it turned out really nice. The other one didn't come out so nice, so I want to look at the stencil after I wash it. Alright, so I'm going to start down here, and I think I'm going to do kind of dark in the center and kind of get lighter as we go. I don't know, I should have looked up peonies to see what they look like color-wise. I didn't. Maybe I'll do that really quick. Really quick, find a peony picture. And it helps if you can type. Pink peony. Oh, there's one with peach and stuff. Oh. That's pretty. Peaches and pinks. Maybe we'll do that. Not anything like I was going for. Isn't that interesting? And there's one with more orange. All right, I have a peachy color. I have soft pink, and I have a little brighter. Let's start with these three. And actually the peachy's more inside. Very interesting. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to come out, you guys. All right, so I have peach. I'm going to put a little bit of water in this tray and grab a brush. I don't like this brush. I like pointy brushes for this, and they're too soft. All right, we're just gonna try. I'm just gonna take a little bit of water on my brush, grab a little bit of paste, and I'm just gonna start painting. And you don't really have to worry about the lines all that much, because then when you come in over the top with the stencil again, then it all goes back. You get all the detail back. These colors this may be really hard for you guys to see on camera, because they're really light colors, which isn't, I don't think, translating all that well, but we'll do a little bit and then I'll finish. I'll show you. I think some of these petals I'm going to kind of do a little bit of peach, a little bit of pink. All right. So how was the holiday so far for everybody? We had really nice Christmas. My daughter and I went to see Wicked on Christmas Eve for the second time. It was wonderful. And then we went plant shopping the day after, and I bought a huge monstera. It's taking up a lot of my front room right now. And I usually leave Christmas tree up till the Epiphany, so January 6th. But with that monstera, I'm kind of thinking it might be a little bit early this year. We'll see. I have to be motivated too, and that's not likely to happen. Because I did have to work on Thursday and yesterday. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of peach. I did the center a little bit darker, and I'm just doing a little bit on these outer leaves, and then I'll come back with some pink. And we'll see what happens. A little bit down here. Trying to look at my reference photo too. The more water I'm using, the lighter this peach is. Then I've got a couple of greens for the stems. I've got eucalyptus and pesto. So I think kind of blending those together will be pretty, hopefully. All right, let me show you a little bit where I am so far, because I recognize that's really hard. So there we go. Try to get as close as I can. So it's this peony down here. I've done just a little bit of the peach. I'll do a little bit of pink, and then I'll let you go and finish. I kind of want a little bit darker. Is that too dark? I might do a little bit of that afterward, just like up some of the insides. So let me grab a brush and a little bit of water, and we'll see what happens with the pink. Have a little fuzzy on the, I'm gonna have to cut that off because that's gonna, the little bristles are sticking out. Scissors. These are not expensive brushes by any means. All right, let's try that. Very pink. I'm just gonna, I probably should have gone the lighter pink first. And just lighten it up with the water, because the more water you add, the lighter the color gets. A little bit more color. Just hitting spots because I've got the other pink too that I'll come back with. And like I said, I'll come back over the top with the stencil again and put it back in all that detail that we're losing with the watercoloring. Oh, that's kind of pretty now, actually. You can see it taking shape. And then one more, I'll do one more pink, kind of fill it in. I'm gonna use this ballet slipper. And let me find another brush. Get a little bit of water. And a little bit of paste. And then I'm just gonna kind of fill in the rest. And I'm just filling in where I still see white. And I may come back in with that raspberry and just hit like some of the insides. It's really pretty. It's a bit too much. All right, almost done with the pinks. I'll do a little bit of the raspberry and then I will let you get on with your weekend. Anybody got fun plans? I think we're getting some rain today, which is not bad, but it's going to be like 50, which is gorgeous. So I will take 50 in rain any day. Although it's odd for December, but I'm not complaining about it. Actually, maybe I'll try to get out between, if it doesn't rain all day, get out between some of the rain and take a walk. My plan for the new year is to focus on being healthy. So hopefully that will result in some weight loss, some strength. But I'm not going to focus on the weight because I tend to get discouraged easily. So I will focus on just being consistent and watching what I'm eating and moving. Some of that pink got in there in that groove. Try to get it while it's still wet. That's okay. All right, so here's where we are now. Hopefully you can see it taking shape. I think I might add a little bit more pink. When I moved it, I saw spots. All right, and then I'm going to take a little bit of raspberry, teeny tiny, very little bit. Do I have another brush? Kind of weird, I don't like to mix my colors. But I know lots of people don't care, and they just dive in. I went thin, I think. Edge of this one. Okay, and let's just take a teeny tiny bit and come into like some of these spots. Oh yeah, that's nice. Some of these little spots on the petals. Give it just a little bit. Not that much, Luana. And just hitting the little spots of the petals. Like these little insides. Hopefully that's what I'm hitting, because it's hard to see now that I've colored everything. I'm just taking a tiny, tiny little bit on the corner of this brush. Do some in the middle. Need a little bit more than that. Just gives it a little bit of definition, I think. Let's see, anywhere else I want to put it? Couple here. It's still wet. Let's see. Trying to be really light with this one. All right. There we go. What do you think? Pretty? I hope so. I hope so. All right, I'm gonna try to take off just a little bit of this. Use the other side. It's a really dark spot. All right. There we go. It's started. So I will finish. This will take me a little bit of time because we've already been on almost half an hour and I didn't get very far. But I think it's going to be gorgeous. So stay tuned and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will see you back here next Saturday and I wish you a happy new year. It will be our first live of 2025. I'm excited. So have a wonderful New Year's. Stay safe, enjoy, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye.